Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go to source for this week's new book releases. Today, we're looking at the week from June 30th to July 6th. There are over 200 new books releasing this week. There is no way we could cover them all. Visit Book Notification to explore the full list of this week's new books, including new releases from Brad Thor and MJ Arledge. You can also follow your favorite authors so you'll be the first to know when their next book is available. As always, we have 10 books to highlight with a little something for everybody. Let's get into it. From Sarah Clarke comes Someone in the Water, a new gripping, unputdownable psychological crime thriller. Lola is turning 18 soon, but her mother won't be with her. Each year, around this time, her mother disappears, haunted by nightmares tied to a summer in Corsica that ended in tragedy. For nearly 2 decades, she's carried the burden of what happened, unable to forgive herself or share the truth. But everything changes when Lola calls to say she's not with friends in Cyprus, but alone in Corsica. Her mother returns to the island, determined to bring her back, only to discover that the past still lingers. Familiar faces resurface, old memories shift, and darker secrets begin to emerge, ones even more dangerous than her own. Someone in the Water will be released on July 3rd. The DCI Tom Raven series by M.S. Morris continues with A Dying Echo. An unsolved mystery, an echo of the past, a dark, fated future. When DCI Tom Raven's long-standing adversary, TV journalist Liz Larkin, invites him to a rock concert, Raven reluctantly accepts. Liz claims she has groundbreaking information about the fate of the band's former lead singer who disappeared decades previously on the eve of their debut U.S. tour, leaving behind a trail of mysterious clues, a cult fan following, and a web of conspiracy theories. But the evening ends in tragedy when the new lead singer collapses on stage. As Raven plunges into the case, he's drawn into the tangled lives of the band members, their manager, and record label executive, all of whom hold pieces to the puzzle. But Raven's judgment is clouded by his complicated relationship with Liz. Can Raven untangle the mystery before more tragedy strikes the band he idolized in his youth? Or is the band fated by its gloom-ridden songs and dark legacy? A Dying Echo will be released on June 30th. From Kathy Wang comes The Satisfaction Cafe. How do we live so that we are satisfied? How can people connect during moments of loneliness? This is the story of Joan Liang, a woman who moves across the world to America, and in trying to answer these questions, builds a wildly original life. Joan's life is a series of unexpected events. She never thought she would live in California, nor did she expect her first marriage to implode, especially as quickly and spectacularly as it did. She definitely did not expect to fall in love with an older, wealthy American man and become his fourth wife and mother to his youngest children. Joan and her children grow older, and one day she makes a drastic change. She opens the Satisfaction Cafe, a place where customers can find connection through conversation. With humor and grace, Joan creates a space for meaningful relationships and constructs a lasting legacy. Vivid, comic, and profoundly moving, The Satisfaction Cafe is a novel about found family, the joy and loneliness that come with age, and how we can seek satisfaction in any stage of life. This is a novel of tremendous pleasures, sentences that teem with rich observations, wonderful plotting, and in Joan, a protagonist for the ages. Head to the Satisfaction Cafe on July 1st. From Brian O'Sullivan comes The Videotape, the third book in the Bobby McGowan thriller series. Bobby McGowan is shown a VHS tape from the 90s and is shocked by what he sees. In the grainy video, a woman appears to be murdered. Intrigued, Bobby agrees to take on the seemingly impossible task, finding a faceless killer from a decades-old videotape. Bobby immerses himself in the seedy, rarely seen side of Hollywood and starts to get the feeling he's being watched. When someone close to him is killed, Bobby's greatest fear is realized. The killer has returned. For fans of murder mysteries, The Videotape is a must. You can check it out on July 4th. Finding Mr. July is the latest romance from Anna E. Collins. She's ready to do whatever it takes to get the job of her dreams, even if it means working with a pile of adorably unruly pups and the office grump in this charming contemporary rom-com perfect for fans of Rachel Lynn Solomon and Sarah Adams. Intern Holly King knows there are pros and cons to everything, including competing in her nonprofit's big fundraising competition. The pros: winning means a full-time job at the new office in Scotland. Scotland is thousands of miles away from her toxic ex-boyfriend. Her pitch includes puppies, lots of them. The only con: working with Jonathan Summers. But if Holly wants her calendar of hot, outdoorsy guys and their dogs to win against everyone else's fundraising ideas, she'll need Jonathan's undeniable talent as a photographer, even if he is the office grump. When their collaboration accidentally gets off to a steamy start, Holly vows she won't be distracted again. But as they scramble to shoot a year's worth of hunks and pups in just a couple of weeks, the spark between Holly and Jonathan can't be ignored. With Holly's career dreams finally coming into focus, whatever's developing with Jonathan makes her wonder, could she be missing the bigger picture? Finding Mr. July will be released on July 1st. From Kathryn Croft comes a new addictive and gripping psychological thriller, Sophie Was Here. The perfect family, the perfect new home, until I found out about the missing girl. When a young woman is handed the keys to Forest Farm, her boyfriend Charlie's sprawling family home, she believes she's finally found peace. The picturesque farmhouse, gifted without conditions, feels like a fresh start and a true welcome into Charlie's close-knit world. But the charm begins to fade. In the nearby villages, hushed whispers and wary glances follow her every move. Soon she learns of Sophie, Charlie's girlfriend who vanished at 17. Charlie claims he was away when Sophie disappeared, but his reaction to her question raises unsettling doubts. Then, in the shadowy basement of their home, she finds a chilling message scratched into the wall. Sophie was here. Now, trust is crumbling. Alone in an isolated house and surrounded by a family full of secrets, she must uncover the truth before she becomes the next one to disappear. Sophie Was Here will be released on July 3rd. The Namaste Club by Asha Elias is a satirical tale of yoga retreats, rich people misbehaving, and mysterious deaths in sunny Florida. Just inland from Florida's sun-splashed Treasure Coast is the Namaste Club Yoga Center, an exclusive oasis of palms, lakes, and adorable guest villas. It's perfect for getaways, where Shakti, a serenely blonde Instagram influencer, holds yoga retreats for well-heeled Miami ladies. The Namaste Club is a place of reflection, a place of release and redemption. Or at least, that's the sales pitch. This weekend, however, is Transcendence Week, and a new bunch of South Florida burnouts have arrived. There's Indira, fabulously wealthy after her divorce from the fast frozen fruit king of Florida. There's Indira's best friend, Jessica, also divorced and trying to get her groove back. There's Barbara, heir to a massive family fortune, who's taken a vow of silence for the retreat that will be sorely tested. And then there's Carol Ann from Vero Beach, a happy trad wife and proud gun owner who recently did something inadvisable. She's just here while things cool off in her hometown. And then, of course, there's Daniel, the toned, man-bunned apprentice yoga instructor. He's cute if you like that sort of thing, and many of the rich ladies do. Last but not least, there's Bubba, the retreat center's resident 12-foot American alligator. Before Transcendence Week is over, Bubba will have his moment of glory as well, when one of the visitors winds up in his jaws. Who will be living their best life? Who will get their comeuppance? Pour yourself a spicy margarita and settle in for your new favorite read. The Namaste Club will be released on July 1st. The Unkillable Frank Lightning is the latest historical horror novel by Josh Rountree. Kathryn Coldbridge is a complicated woman, a doctor, an occultist, and briefly, a widow. In 1879, Private Frank Humble, Kathryn's husband, was killed in a Sioux attack. Consumed by grief, she used her formidable skills to resurrect him. But Frank lost his soul after the reanimation and disappeared after a killing spree. Unable to face her failure and its murderous consequences, Kathryn fled to grieve. 25 years later, Kathryn has decided she must make things right. She travels back to Texas with a pair of hired killers ready to destroy Frank. But Frank has remade himself as the unkillable Frank Lightning, traveling with the Wild West show. Reaching for a last chance of redemption, Frank and Kathryn are at an impasse. As time runs out, their final choices may result in considerable bloodshed. The Unkillable Frank Lightning will be released on July 5th. From Caroline Corcoran comes Tiny Daggers. The most dangerous predators in Miami don't bite. They brunch. Expat Holly Jones has built the perfect life for herself in an exclusive area of Miami. The beautiful house, the enviable family. So the last person she expects to bump into one morning is a ghost from her old life in London. Someone she hasn't seen in over 20 years. The other Holly, Holly Wilde. Single, sexy, and a world away from the frumpy sidekick she was at school, Holly Wilde quickly becomes an unavoidable part of Holly Jones's life. She's everywhere, in her home, in her marriage, and especially in her head. Is this really just a chance reunion? Or is there something more sinister lurking behind her seemingly flawless facade? As the oppressive heat intensifies, Holly Jones is haunted by memories she spent decades trying to bury. Is she being paranoid? Or is Holly Wilde really out to steal her life? At school, they were known as Good Holly and Bad Holly. But as their twisted game of cat and mouse escalates, it's no longer clear which one is which. Tiny Daggers will be released on July 1st. Finally, we have Havoc in the Keys, the latest Logan Dodge adventure by Matthew Rief. Logan Dodge and his family are enjoying a spring break kayaking trip in the Florida Keys. Camping on the beach, living on freshly caught seafood, and soaking in some of the most breathtaking scenery on Earth. But while they're relishing the trip of a lifetime, there's trouble a-brewing back home in Key West. Upon learning that one of their closest friends and the sitting mayor of Key West has suddenly closed down his popular island restaurant, Logan and his family cut their trip short. They do everything they can to help reopen the place, but quickly discover that the man responsible for its closing is just getting started. Never one to back down from a fight, Logan goes head-to-head with a rich, powerful businessman who's hell-bent on demolishing and transforming major sections of Old Town Key West. The former Navy SEAL and his island family quickly learn that the vile tycoon will go to any lengths to make his vision a reality, even if it means fighting dirty, even if it means taking a life or two along the way. Havoc in the Keys will be released on July 2nd. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading lists, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use, and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. You can follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love, but that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with another 10 books.